Hi, I'm Catherine Mendicino from Elevate for Self-Love, a channel where we discuss self-love, self-respect, and healing after toxic relationships. Before I get into today's topic, please subscribe to my channel by pressing the bell icon. If this video resonated with you, please like and share this video at the end. So today's topic is going to be self-care, and I have split self-care into several categories: physical, emotional, and psychological. So starting with the physical ideas of self-care, there are some obvious things like exercise, walking, yoga, weightlifting, whatever exercise you might want to do and you prefer is great for your body. So physically getting moving and getting your body going gets the blood going, and it helps you in every way. The other thing about self-care is that sometimes it's actually better to rest and not do any physical movement. So physically, sometimes not exercising is better than exercising. And you have to get to know your own body, and you have to know whether or not it's time to work out hard or it's time to relax on the couch or maybe take an Epsom salts bath. So Epsom salts bath is another physical self-care practice that I love, because it's not only does it soothe you and just relax you because the magnesium and the Epsom salts, but it also helps with sore muscles, and it helps to just quiet the mind as well. So that one is like a multi-purpose mind, body, soul kind of care, the Epsom salts baths. Getting massages is a huge part of self-care. So, even when you can't afford or don't have the time to go for a full body massage, you can still go to certain places and just get like a quick back massage or something that's like a 10-minute thing that can help your body just reevaluate, get realigned, let's say. If you've had tight muscles, if you've had some sort of stress in your neck, sometimes they can just work that out in like about 10 minutes, and it's very reasonably priced. So I would suggest massages, which have definitely helped me personally get through a lot of trauma and a lot of pain. I feel like in the aftermath of my breakup, in the few weeks right after, I got several massages. And that was huge because I literally couldn't move my head, and everything was just so tight in my back and my neck. And it was just all this trauma was just getting held inside my body. I think the body does hold a lot of pain and trauma. So it is important to get it out. I would also be running a lot, and that would release the adrenaline so that my body would feel like I could calm down my nervous system. It was like if I didn't do that running, and if I didn't take care of myself in that way, I was going to have anxiety. I was going to have too much stress, and I needed some way to let it out. So running helped me to let it out. The nervous system is an interesting thing. It can get very hyped up, and you have to learn for yourself what are the ways you can calm yourself down as far as your body and your nervous system goes. And again, you need to know, when do I need to rest? So do I need to maybe take it easy today, do yoga? Do I maybe need to just do some light stretching? Do I need to walk? Do I need to run? Should I be lifting weights? You're going to get to know your own body and what your body needs to care. But you should never feel like you have to kill yourself to do a workout because if you're not feeling up to it, because then it's just worse on your body, because your body is like telling you, no, I need you to rest, and now you're doing the opposite. So just listen to your body in a physical way and see ask yourself, what kind of care does my body need today? How am I really feeling inside? And then there's emotional and emotional and psychological self-care. So emotional self-care would be like what you're emotionally putting into your mind. So I try to listen to affirmations, to do meditations, and at night I listen to subliminal messages as well. So I'm trying to put in all positive things that I can get into my mind. And so that means if I wake up and I'm not in the greatest mood, I'm able to listen to some of these things that just turn it around. And that's positive because you can sometimes not be feeling great. And I think we need to validate that it's okay not to feel good. It's okay to feel down. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel grief. It's okay to feel depressed. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay because this is our human experience. We are supposed to feel these ways. And we cannot beat ourselves up. And sometimes we might have a hard time getting out of the funk of a down, depressive state. But like Dr. Joe Dispenza says, if you continue in this down and depressed state, it becomes a temperament over months. And then over years, it becomes a personality. So what was once a mood, eventually over time, the pattern becomes a temperament, your temperament. And then after that, it becomes your personality. So the longer you let that negativity continue, then it becomes an issue. If you can feel the feeling and then get rid of it and let it go and forgive yourself, like say, okay, like I'm feeling this anger or I'm feeling this hurt and I can't seem to get out of it. Well, can you figure out how to really feel that? And maybe you need to cry, or maybe you need to run and let that energy, that angry energy, come out of you. So there's a lot of different ways to release those feelings, but also validate them as being okay. You know, it's like we can feel them and it's okay, but then we have to move on from them and let them go. Otherwise, they can cause issues within the body. So emotionally, you know, surround yourself with good things. You know, as much as you can watch funny things on TV and things that will make you laugh. On your phone, watch, you know, funny videos or the programs that make you smile and laugh. I have a friend, she watches like all these animal videos on YouTube, like little baby animals. And, you know, it makes her smile, it makes her laugh. So whatever, you might like comedians. There's all so many things that you can watch. And that's also been very powerful. I've heard that there are people who have cured themselves from illnesses just by laughing. And their body just chemically had a change. So they had an illness and they were able to turn it around by laughing every day as a practice. Like they actually set out to do that. So it was like a planned thing to make sure they were doing that every day. And then they noticed that the disease they had was disappearing. So that's key. Your mental health is important. You can also, from a psychological standpoint, there's a lot of things you can do for self-care. And that would include going to a counselor or therapist and talking one-on-one, which will help to validate your feelings so that you're not just validating yourself. It will also help in a way with reparenting your inner child. And you will have to continue that within your own mind as you go about your day. But it can help to get someone else who's a therapist to validate. And it feels good to be validated, especially when you have been invalidated by dating a toxic person or parents that are dysfunctional, whatever it might be. It feels great to be validated after going through life, maybe not being validated. So a one-on-one counselor or therapist. So, you know, just keep trying different people until you get a feeling like this person that you're talking to is going to be the right fit. And you could join online groups. Like I'm in a few online groups about topics that situations I've been in or I'm going through at the time. That is helpful because you're now meeting with peers who have been going through the same thing, or they are going through the same thing. And you'll meet people then who are in the journey behind you, people who are down in the journey ahead of you, and everybody in between. So you're learning from those people, then someone behind you is learning from you, and that can be beneficial all around because you're talking to different people and seeing different perspectives and getting different advice. So online groups are great. And it's also nice to get motivation to get through whatever hardship you're going through or whatever goal. Like if it's a weight loss goal and you want to join a group that's about weight loss, then that can help keep you motivated because you keep checking the group, and that'll psychologically help you to keep pushing through. Also, a psychological piece is not abandoning yourself and having boundaries with people. So you have to learn how to say no to people. There are a lot of people out there that will push your boundaries and they don't have any concept of what boundaries are. And you need to learn to say no to those people and have a firm wall. They cannot cross that, because if they do, you're going to feel guilty later. You're going to feel disappointed in yourself, and it's not going to feel like you're being true to yourself. And also it's a form of self-abandoning. So for me, in my last relationship, I wound up self-abandoning all the time. I basically was self-abandoning all the time because I was always worried about this other person's feelings and what they wanted and what they thought about the situation, what they thought of me and what they thought about our future, and everything that I was doing was just focus on them and their needs. And I became very codependent, and that is self-abandoning because I wasn't just saying to myself, okay, my needs are this. This person is not willing to meet my needs no matter what I say. And that's it. I need to just remove myself from the situation. I kept saying to myself, my needs are this, but their needs are that. And maybe if I continue to meet their needs, they'll want to meet my needs. But it doesn't work that way, and especially with someone who's very toxic, they're never going to turn around and say they're ready to meet your needs. It's never going to happen. Unfortunately, that's something that I learned the hard way. Also with physical, going back to the physical now that I think about it, food is huge. So you have to make sure that you're eating like real healthy food that's not processed, fast food kind of thing. You need to eat like real whole foods. So as much as you can, you want to snack on like fruits and veggies. You want to make meals with real ingredients. I'm not saying you can't have any processed food at all, but I think it's important to focus on whole real foods and then your body and your skin is just going to be that much better, so it'll help you with a lot of your health and especially if you're getting out of a depression and you've dealt with a toxic breakup. I think you need to really focus on the basics the first few months, like sleeping, eating healthy, and exercising. I do a lot of, I take a lot of supplements. I do like collagen bone broth powder in my coffee in the morning. So I do a lot of things like supplement wise and vitamins and, little things that I will integrate into my life. And so every little bit counts. Like every little bit that you kind of start doing as a habit, it becomes ultimately, you don't even think about it. You're just like doing these self-care things like it's your habit. So like every morning I get up, I put my workout clothes on and I go for a walk. This is just like my day. And I come back, I shower, I do my little yoga stretch, and maybe some, like recently I'll be doing more squats, lunges, and things like that. But then I'll start working. I'll have my cup of coffee with my collagen and I'll just go at it. And this is how my day goes. So it becomes a habit. You're not going to have to think about it eventually. But before you start, it does become something like maybe you want to write it down. And other things I do are, like I said, meditation, affirmations. Like I do a lot of listening to affirmations while I walk. So when I'm walking, I'm actually listening to positive affirmations at the same time. And at night, every night before I go to bed, I write down 3 things I am grateful for and 3 emotions that I felt that day. And that was something I learned from Richard Grannon. And he, discussing his emotional literacy, I found it interesting to think about writing down the emotions that I had felt, and then I expand upon them a little bit to become better at describing my own feelings. Because when you're codependent, you wind up just mostly focusing on other people's feelings. And I think I did like kind of forget my own feelings and what it was. And so I need to validate those feelings by writing them down and acknowledging that they exist, that it's okay to have them, and expanding upon what each one of those feelings means to me in a descriptive way, so that as time goes on, I can see how over a period of time, just doing this, three emotions I felt per day is going to, over time, help me to describe and acknowledge and validate all of my emotions as time goes on, because 3 every day adds up. It's not the same 3 every day. So it's interesting to pinpoint what I was feeling, why I was feeling it, and then kind of go deeper into the emotion in my own way as well. And so this kind of self-reflection, this kind of self-awareness, this builds self-awareness, right? So we're talking about building self-awareness by building emotional literacy, like a la Richard Grannon's. So I really like that, and I've been doing that as well as a habit at night, and I think it's helping me with my own self-care. If you like this video, please share it with your friends, and definitely comment in the section below. Let me know what kind of self-care you're doing, in case it's something I may not have even thought of, or others may benefit from you putting your tips in as well. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.